This right here is my 1978 Volkswagen Mark I Scirocco. Here's the thing, I absolutely love this car. It has coilovers, it has a roll cage, it is a ported and polished 1.8 liter 2-valve out of a 80s GTI. It has K-bars, it has under chassis stiffening, it has Audi disc brakes. This car originally was built by someone I know for SCCA racing, and it took me about 10 years to get it off of his hands. And I know Volkswagen purists are going to hate me for this, but this is going to go. And I'm going to replace it with this. Now, does it make sense to replace a multi-port fuel injection system, even though it is continuously injected, with a electronic TBI that's a 2-barrel? Well, no, it doesn't. And you know what? By comparison, this thing's pretty big. What this will allow me to do, though, is tune it easier and probably run more reliably. I'm sure someone's going to say, oh, but the Bosch CIS is amazing. Well, it's not amazing to work on if you don't know what you're doing, and guess what? I don't. So I hope you join me on my journey of taking off the old fuel system, building a custom intake manifold, because I'm going to need that, because well, no one really makes one for that size of a carburetor or TBI. I actually have a older carb manifold off a similar engine, and it's not big enough. Then after fabricating an intake and getting the aces on, getting it all wired, I'm going to show you how I tune it, even though I don't know how. So you will get to see how a ACES system works out of the box. I believe the factory fuel system in this car moved 73 psi. This here is a fuel filter. The plan is to replace this line coming off that goes to the Bosch system with an AN fitting. This line right here is the fuel return. I already ordered some goodies from Evil Energy, including a adjustable fuel pressure regulator, a 10 micron filter, and over here we have the box of all the ACES stuff, including the handheld gaskets and everything else. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove the stock fuel system. Alright, that was kind of a pain in the butt, but we got the spider out, the fuel lines. That is the warm-up regulator. I gotta deal with that. But I think the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get off this manifold and see what we got going on. Oh, what I don't really want to talk about is how long I've been messing with this manifold. And part of the problem is almost every one of these Allens were stripped out. So what I had to do, I don't even know where I put it. I have an old dolly, like from a hammer and dolly for body work. And I would pound the Allen head in as far as I could. And even on some of these, I ended up having to use a Torx to like get enough of a bite. And let me tell you something. You know, if I was a smaller individual, this probably wouldn't be so bad. But being on the thicker side, it's not been fun. And it's also like, you know, it's like 11 o'clock at night. But, I mean, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. I'm hoping tomorrow, oh, yeah, what are we stuck on? Look at that. Well, we got the intake manifold off. And we'll go over here and take a look. There's looks like a pretty decent amount of carbon buildup in here. You can see the injector ports and then the intake runners back here. You know, and the interesting thing is, so I think this is going to set in there pretty much just like this. If you look at the bottom here, that's what I got to adapt to. And I'm going to be honest with you, probably shouldn't set this down here. And we'll move this. Honestly, I got a lot of room to build a manifold back here. I don't think this is going to be too bad at all. Yeah, so I'm thinking this is going to sit probably right about here. And that gives me enough space to build a manifold with the runners. Yeah. I'm starting to really like this idea. And I also think I can reuse this factory throttle cable. I'll just move this bracket to over here, and I should be able to have a working throttle pretty easy. Ha! Well, before I go to bed, I think the last thing I'm gonna do here is cover up these ports. Or at least put something in there so that way I don't get crap falling out when I'm not around. Yeah, well, you know, I would say this is definitely a win for night one. You can already tell I need to find some sort of plugs so I can plug up the original fuel injector locations. I think worst case scenario, I could probably just take the injector lines off and put the old injectors in, which I don't really want to do that. I think I'll just do some research and see if I can find like a brass plug or something that can stick in there. And I think that's gonna be the ticket. This thing has so many vacuum lines, and some of that comes from this whole MSD spark retard thing. But yeah, I think for night one, this is pretty good. And maybe tomorrow I'll start working at cutting a plate. I gotta cut 2 plates. I gotta cut one for the bottom of the throttle body and one for the intake. And I got a whole pile of aluminum tubing, and I'll see, you know, how am I going to need to shape this to start to get it to run. Because once we have the TBI mounted, then we can deal with the whole fuel system. And once that's dealt with, then we can pull right here, and I think we can mount the ECU in the glove box, or, you know, in the dash on the inside, somewhere where it's safe and away from the heat. So, yeah. You know, tomorrow we're going to cross that bridge.